Luke here for Papa Bear Adventures. Welcome to our part 3 of our 2023 PC build. Next up, we need to go ahead and insert the RAM. I have 4 DIMMs of RAM, but when you're only doing 2 DIMMs, you want to make sure that you get them in the right positions. And so you need to look at the manual. And if it were only 2 DIMMs, then I would just be using these 2 and not these 2. But since we're doing 4, we're going to go ahead and put all 4 DIMMs in. We will be using Corsair DDR5 16 by 2, so 16 by 4, 5600 megahertz RAM. I have been using Corsair and Gigabit products for a while, so I generally have good luck with them, and that's why I've stuck with them. And the packaging on this RAM is pretty high quality. These definitely did not get banged around in shipping. Again, Corsair uses this very dense foam product to protect their shipping. So, for this RAM, it is quite heavy actually. See if I can get it out of the package. There we go. When inserting the RAM, definitely just want to take note of the notch and line that up with the notch on the motherboard. That will make sure you get it in the right way and that you have the right type of RAM for your board. And you just push these tabs down, line up the RAM in the socket. Get a little bit of right there, and you just press down to hear the click, press down to hear the click, and you have it in place. Now, maybe just because I've been building computers for quite a long time, and this may have changed, but whenever we used to put in RAM, we would always pair it as if it were only 2 DIMMs if we were using 4 still. So these 2 guys came together. I'm gonna go ahead and pair them in the A and B1 slots together, and then I will pair the other 2 in the A2 and B2 slot together. And that may be something that's just a holdover from a long time ago when it was thought necessary to pair them up that way. And again, just lining them up in the notch, getting them in there, click, and click. Yeah. Right, time to install the hard drive. Again, this is going to be an SSD hard drive. This will actually be the first time I've ever installed an M.2 hard drive, so hopefully this goes smoothly for me. And this is a Samsung 980 Pro 2 terabyte hard drive, much smaller than I thought it would be. The packaging is pretty good on this. Definitely feels like the hard drive has been protected. should arrive without damage. So, for this M.2 drive, I believe the slot is right under this heatsink, which is held on by one screw over here. So we will remove that screw, just not with that screwdriver. We'll try this one. There we go. And that pops right up, and I'm not sure that that is what I intended to find. There we are. This is the correct space. And the gigabit board has a handy little lever. You rotate and slip the drive under. Now you will notice here that there's a notch, and that notch makes sure that you get that in the right configuration and angle. Then you press it down. And that's it. Okay. Seems pretty simple. Since this was the first time I've installed one of these, I did consult the owner's manual. And it says to remove this pad. I don't know that that's correct, so I'm going to double check. Alright, after double checking, it is the protective film that we're removing, not the whole pad. It's a little tricky to get a hold of that film. So if you're trying not to hit the pad with it. Go. So this protective film needs to be removed. And this is most definitely a choke hazard for your 3-year-old. So mind where that goes. And then same process. Insert at an angle. Press down. And then you do also want to remove this protective film off the heatsink. And that's why I was questioning whether I did it right in the first place. And once you remove that, you'll replace your heatsink. Line the screw. It did feel loose the first time. Gotta make sure we get it lined up. There we go. Alright. And you don't have to use gorilla strength when you're tightening the screws on any of these. You just want to get them snug and just give a little bit more. Alright, heat sinks back in place. Thank you for joining us for part 3 of our 2023 PC build. As always, comments are welcome, and mind how you go.